Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your July 2021 general readings. We're looking at the first half of July, so from the 1st through the 15th, and this reading is for the earth sign of Taurus. Welcome everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video, any of the videos, for all that you do in support of my YouTube channel, watching, sharing, liking, hitting that subscribe button, donations, feedback, comments, reaching out for personal readings. Every bit of it makes a difference. Thank you. So this reading is for the earth sign of Taurus for the first 2 weeks of July 2021. That's if your sun, moon, rising, Venus sign is in Taurus. It's also relevant if you're cross-watching for a Taurian. Of course, it's going to resonate a little differently for everyone because it's a general reading. So watch all of your signs, sun, moon, rising, Venus, for additional insight, points of perspective, etc. And if you find that any of the readings resonate with you and you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, maybe take a deeper look at something for yourself or as a gift for someone else, you can click on the little arrow below, click on the description link for contact details. You'll see my email address there, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to hear from you. I can usually respond within the same day with more information. And I do readings full time. It's all that I do. So I'm pretty diligent about timely scheduling. So if you're interested, send me an email. Okay, Taurus, let's see what the first 2 weeks of July have in store for you. I just recently came back from spending some time in the French Quarter, New Orleans. So of course I had to get some tarot decks there. So I am currently using primarily the Deviant Moon Tarot, which I'm always tempted to call the Demented Moon Tarot because the artwork is so beautifully bizarre. It's strange and wonderful, and I was very drawn to it. That's what the book looks like. And for clarification, I'll be using the Radiant Rider-Waite. Okay. Taurus. We begin with the Hierophant, followed by Death, we have the Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising, somebody who is important or influential or significant in the first 2 weeks of July, with the Nine of Swords. A lot of stress around this Queen of Cups. Stress about an unknown future, negative, obsessive worrying, almost always with a negative outcome. It's usually fear of an unknown future, how something is going to work out or turn out. And then we have the Two of Swords with the Star. And from the bottom of the deck, for overall energy, focus, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So long-term stability and security is the focus. Now, what the source of that security is can vary. For some of you, it might be in the earth energy area of your life. Money, finance, property, work, assets, property, job. Could be financial and material. In relationship, it could be, you know, the future of a long-term relationship or marriage or friendship, job. And for some of you, it might be a combination of both aspects. I mean, particularly if this is, because there's been this theme with a lot of the earth signs that they've been going through something for some time now. For some of them, it's actually specifically legal, or there's a legal aspect to it. So it could be like divorce, division of property, or even inheritance, because the Ten of Pentacles, because it's about the long, slow accumulation of that which makes us feel secure. It's sometimes referred to as inheritance. So it might be a legal issue in regards to, you know, inheritance, division of property, or estate. Although unlike the other two, your other Capricorn and Virgo, I'm not seeing justice or judgment here, but it still could be legal. So there's a lot, it looks like a lot of stress and concern, Taurus, about the ending of something long-term or the possible ending of something that you've invested a great deal in. I mean, whatever the specific Ten of Pentacles is for you, The Ten of Pentacles is about the long, slow accumulation of time and effort and money and love and resources and history. So this is, the Ten of Pentacles represents present day stability and security, but it comes from everything that's been invested into growing it, right? So what I'm seeing here is a fear, a very strong fear of that being taken away from you, or you not, of it being disrupted for you in some way. The ending of it. I mean, we have the Hierophant and death here. The Hierophant is convention, tradition, establishment, well-established institutions, hospitals, libraries, universities, the government, marriage. It's about the conventional path, the tried and true. It could be a long-term job. It could be, this could even be a retirement issue. But the fear is that that you will lose what you have been investing in for so long. That's going to come to an end. And there's a lot of negative stress, anxiety, worry, fear, insomnia, trying to see into the future and obsessing over it over and over and over again. It's almost always the worst possible outcome. And it appears to be centered around this Queen of Cups individual. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus showing up as a queen. But because this is a general reading, it could be a male as well. And then we have kind of a stalemate here. We have the Two of Swords, which is being stuck at a crossroads. Neither one, here it's actually, it's interesting because a lot of the artistic symbolism in the Two of Swords in many decks shows one person with swords crossed or blindfolded, kind of stuck. And here we have, what looks like two people, although there's only, one set of legs. It implies, because the Deviant Moon Tarot explores more of the darker side of ourselves, and deeper issues, this can represent real serious conflict within oneself, right? Really being at a stalemate and a crossroads and really struggling and not having much success one way or the other. And then we have the Star, which is renewed faith, restored hope, and optimism. It usually comes out after the Tower in the tarot. It feels like it's hard to have hope in this situation, possibly because it's been going on for so long as well. So let's clarify. Let's clarify the overall energy of the Ten of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles, the Miser card, someone being, it can represent not having a lot of money, needing to be very careful. The Two of Pentacles, again, on decision. So we've got some two energy here, which usually represents being at a crossroads, trying to decide between two things. The Eight of Wands is next, which is communication, travel. It feels like you're waiting for something, maybe waiting on a decision, and the decision hasn't happened yet, and there's like a lot of obsessive negative worrying about it. And it is the Ten of Pentacles. And again, because it's a general reading, what that Ten of Pentacles is specifically, some of you, it might be dollars and cents. It might be a long-term relationship. If it's in the case of a divorce or a couple, kind of splitting up, of course, there's a combination of all of those energies. Let's clarify the Hierophant. Like you're worried that a decision is going to be made which will take away this long-term stability and security, or take away a lot of it. Because it looks like the fear is a decision will be made that will make you go from a Ten of Pentacles to a Four of Pentacles. Again, whatever those pentacles actually mean to you. You're afraid that you're going to end up with much less than what you have, and you've worked a long time building up what that is. The Page of Pentacles, messages or young people. The Seven of Wands, defensive, protecting, guarding that which you have a lot invested in. Standing by, not backing down. Clarify death. In a divorce situation, it might be that you're fighting over custody, and this is an ongoing battle, probably has been an ongoing battle, and you're worried that the other person just isn't going to give up. Or that you're going to hear that the other person just isn't willing to give up. And it could be that this is your energy, that you're just not willing to give up whatever this is. For some of you, it might be about a child or a young person. Or clarifying death. The King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Death again. The Ten of Pentacles again. So we have death twice and the Ten of Pentacles twice. There's a great deal, I mean, it's all over this reading, and I'm so sorry to see it. There's a great deal of waiting for the outcome of something, being unsure about what that outcome is going to be because it hasn't happened yet. Well, for some of you it might be, and you're wondering how to deal with it. And worried that that outcome is going to be the worst possible outcome for you, which means that you're going to go from whatever this long-term stability is in the Ten of Pentacles down to a Four of Pentacles. That something very precious to you is going to be taken away. Clarify the Queen of Cups. If it's just a straight up inheritance issue, you're worried that something's going to be taken away from you, which perhaps you didn't work for, but you feel you're entitled to because, you know, kind of that's what's inheritance. For the rest of you, this is worried that this precious thing that you've invested so much time and whatever into is going to be taken away from you, whether it's a person, a relationship, a combination of that, dollars and cents. Clarify the Queen of Cups. The Hanged Man in limbo and stasis, no movement. Justice in the upright. So again, there may be a legal aspect to this. What would be the next one? Six of Cups. This feels like a partner or a mate of some kind. Husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, or a long-term partner. Clarifying the Nine of Swords. The Lovers, the Moon. The Moon exacerbates the Nine of Swords because you're already worried about what's going to happen, what's not going to happen. And the Moon, there's a lack of clarity. Fears may be unrealistically exaggerated. The Two of Cups, my goodness. So what's all this stress, anxiety, worry about? You've got the Lovers and the Two of Cups. So it's obviously a relationship central here. And the Moon in the middle, just a lack of knowledge. You're afraid that the outcome's going to be the worst possible thing for you. To simplify it in a general reading, you're afraid of the worst possible outcome in this for you, that your Ten of Pentacles is going to be taken away. I mean, it might be in a relationship issue where a couple's been together, they're married, they've been together for a long time or whatever, or for a significant period of time. This is somebody you feel like is your person. The Lovers, the Two of Cups. They may be in the process of, you know, maybe there's a choice here. Sometimes the Lovers represents a relationship at a crossroads. A choice needs to be made as to the life and future of this relationship. Maybe you're afraid your person's going to choose somebody else, or maybe that's part of what's going on as a third-party situation here. And you're anticipating like the worst, that this marriage will break up. Could be that for some of you. Again, it really depends on what your Ten of Pentacles is. Whatever that Ten of Pentacles symbolizes for you, that long-term stable thing that you don't want to let go of and you're afraid is going to be taken away from you. Let's clarify the Two of Swords. There may be a child involved for some of you. The Knight of Pentacles. We're clarifying the Two of Swords, that stalemate, stuck energy. The Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. Someone wants to move forward step by step towards this new beginning, but but there's this crossroads energy. It feels like you can't yet because maybe it's because there's not a decision yet, there's not an outcome yet. you don't know, you're stuck. There's all this stuck waiting energy, decisions, but nothing firm yet, waiting. You know, and this is the worst part in a situation that already looks like it's been going on for a while and it's terribly stressful, Taurus, is that when we don't know the outcome or the answer to something, and you know how it works out is going to affect us in a really profound way, that time period, that waiting period, can be torturous almost, and that's kind of what this feels like. I would suggest that you try to cut down on that Nine of Swords energy, because whether you stress about an unknown future or not, it's not going to decide the outcome, and it doesn't need to be that level of stress. Because I feel like all of the earth signs, at least the general theme for the last several months, is that you guys have been going through something for some time, and there's a lot of struggle in it. Some of you, it may be about money, issues, work, but it's about not knowing how something is going to work out, what the end outcome is going to be, but that you think that end outcome is going to be the worst possible thing, and it's going to take away this stability and security or long-term thing, right? That you're not going to have what you want. You're not going to have the money. You're not going to have the new job. You're not going to have a new beginning with your family or with your kid, you know. Again, it depends on what that Ten of Pentacles is. Clarify the star. The Ten of Wands. At the end of the rope. At the end of a cycle. Feeling overwhelmed. Getting ready to or needing to lay the burden down. The Seven of Swords, deception, dishonesty, or maybe you're just not talking about it. The Nine of Swords, again, all this stress, Taurus. I'm going to tell you to go get a massage and a bubble bath. It's just, not that that'll fix anything, but to help kind of alleviate this Nine of Swords stress. I mean, look at the cards that we have repeating. The Ten of Pentacles twice. So there's a big focus on that, whatever that means, that long-term stability and security in this situation. We have death twice, which is major endings, death, transformation, and then rebirth. The Nine of Swords twice, stress, anxiety, worry, insomnia of an unknown future. What if this happens? What if this doesn't happen? It's almost always the worst possible thing. It feels like it's hard for you to have hope here. And that's kind of an indication, too, that this is probably something that you've been struggling with for some time or waiting on for some time. Maybe you think, okay, it's going to be solved here, and then something else crops up, and then you have to deal with that, too. It's like this endless, interminable thing. And at a certain point, you know, when you're fighting a war that has a lot of battles in it on the way to getting to the war, some battles you win and some battles you lose, there's times where it can feel very discouraging. You feel like giving up, or you feel like maybe you should just quit because, you know, if you don't, it's just going to go on forever. So it's kind of hard to have faith here, and you feel really stuck because you're not sure what the end outcome is going to be. And of course, it's difficult to plan, right? So let's just end with any guidance, advice, feedback, messages from Spirit for Taurus. I don't think you're done in this situation. I think this situation has a little bit longer to play out. But with the Nine of Swords twice, at the very least, Taurus, you need to carve out some little niches of time, some little regular niches of time to do something, anything that will kind of be a little self-indulgent and recharge your batteries, even if it's just in little bits, in little ways on a regular basis, like, again, getting a massage, or, you know, locking everybody out and taking a bubble bath, or, you know, something of that sort, because that Nine of Swords is unnecessary. Doesn't mean that the source of your concern is not valid. It is. But the Nine of Swords is worrying about a future which hasn't been written yet, and you're trying to envision the worst possible outcome on it. Obsessive worrying, you know, you need to cut some of that back. Too many cards. The Queen of Pentacles. Focus on your own security and stability and well-being, whatever the things that you can do that make you feel kind of stable and secure, which probably means not thinking about this to the obsessive lengths that you have been. The Five of Wands and the Six of Swords. This is not engaging in argumentative behavior, in competitive behavior. and petty conflict and drama. This is not allowing yourself to be drawn into that, no matter how tempting it is or how much people push your buttons. This is refusing to engage in that kind of behavior. The Star and the Chariot. Oh, beautiful. I love that we have two repeating cards that are positive. We have the Star twice, right? Restored faith, renewed hope, and optimism. It's a card that relies completely on faith, which is very difficult in the middle of concrete situations in a concrete world. The Star is a wish fulfillment card, but it says, as long as you devote yourself, meaning empty your water out completely, you devote yourself to the path in front of you and do everything that is in your power to do to the best of your ability and with, a good sense of moral and ethical foundation, then that's going to be rewarded and you're going to have what you want at the end of it because it's right. And it's about trusting in that. It's about just keeping one foot in front of the other and doing what is best and right to the best of your ability. The Chariot indicates what a difficult path and struggle it is. This is not an easy battle. Chariot races were brutal, weren't they? There was only one winner and everybody else was usually dead or bleeding in the sand at the end of it. The Chariot is a card that represents winning and succeeding simply because you refuse to give up. I always say the analogy is like you get run over 9 times, but that 10th time you stagger up, you draw your bleeding self back to that chariot, you get back in again, and that's when you win, right? Don't give up, Taurus. Don't give up. This looks like a horrendous battle or challenge, whatever it is, but don't give up. Don't give up. Do everything that you're supposed to do and leave the results to those who are in charge of the results, right? God, spirit, angels, and guides. All right, Taurus, those are your messages for the first 2 weeks of July. I hope that they were helpful to you. Again, if any of it resonated with you, you'd like to take a deeper look at something, reach out for a personal reading for yourself, or perhaps as a gift for someone else. Email me directly. You'll see the email address on the description link below, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I'd be most happy to hear from you and to work with you. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the July mid-month readings. Until then, take care and be blessed and be strong. And I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.